Welcome. Here is a rundown of war in Ukraine. Zelensky warns Russia is set to launch major offensive. The Ukrainian president says his country is preparing for a renewed offensive from Russia, which he believes will throw everything they have left and everyone they can round up at Ukraine. Volodymyr Zelensky, who was speaking in his nightly address, said the offensive would be Moscow's attempt to turn the tide of the war and at least delay their defeat. "We have to disrupt this Russian scenario. We are preparing for this. The terrorists must lose. Any attempt at their new offensive must fail," he said. Yesterday, Ukrainian intelligence suggested Russia could simultaneously attack from the north or east in the coming months. Russian forces advancing over corpses of their own soldiers in Bakhmut. Ukraine's army chief has told of the desperate situation around the eastern city of Bakhmut, where Russian forces are still pressing to break through. General Valery Zaluzny, commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian armed forces, said the situation on the front line was particularly tough. In some cases, he said, Russian troops were advancing over the corpses of their own soldiers during their efforts to take the city. Ukrainian forces in the area are hanging on, he said. Russian war journalist says Moscow claim is unconvincing. A prominent Russian war correspondent has questioned the legitimacy of claims by Moscow's defense ministry last night. Semyon Pagev, who was awarded the Order of Courage by Putin in late 2022, said the assertion about mobile phones was not very convincing. "I rarely say this, but this is the case when it would probably be better to remain silent, at least until the end of the investigation. As such, it looks like an outright attempt to smear the blame," he said. The journalist also warned the number of casualties would rise further. And explosions heard in Sevastopol overnight. Telegram sources are reporting explosions in the Black Sea port of Sevastopol overnight. Radio Free Europe Radio Liberty said blasts were heard in the early hours in the Crimean city. Mikhail Razhozhayev, the Russian governor of Sevastopol, claimed 2 drones were shot down over the sea by air defense systems. He said all services are operating normally. Ukraine appears to have repeatedly targeted the Black Sea port with drones, but has not claimed responsibility.